Games app. It's our games app as we're wrapping up All-Star Week. We wanted to play some games for you with a little bit, at least a fan favorite to one of our emailers. We'll get in the email a little bit. He Was a Blue Jay coming up. And for all of you, this will be my final He Was a Blue Jays for a little bit at least. We are wrapping up Season 3 tonight. Season 4 is the Bones special. He's already working on
Well,
it.
by the time this comes out, though, we'll have already released a Season 4.
Oh, we're doing a Season 4 before? I didn't even know that.
Curtains right back once again. Recording this on Wednesday of last week. We're doing one tonight for the Thursday up.
You're very confused as a viewer and listener, but we are not because it's Locked On Blue Jays, and it starts right now.
You are Locked On Blue Jays, your daily Toronto Blue Jays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Third episode on the same day, and you can probably tell. Welcome to Locked On Blue Jays. Thanks so much for making us your first listen every day. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube. It's not an ad. YouTube's just Locked On Blue Jays. It's at Locked On Jays on Twitter, and email us. Locked On Blue Jays Real, REAL. Locked On Blue Jays Real at gmail.com. We've said it before. We'll say it again. We want this second half to be very involved with you. We want to hear from you. And the more you email us, the more we will talk about what you want us to talk about. But before we get to what we want to talk about, we should let you know that today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, where the game, finish it, Bones.
Starts.
Where the game starts. That's BetOnline. So today's episode, we're going to do 2 He Was a Blue Jays. And yes, like Bones mentioned earlier, we're wrapping up Season 3 now. I guess we fully pulled back the curtain. So we're doing this on July 13th. But there will be some Season 4s already out. But in our timeline, which is real life, not recorded timeline, this is the end of Season 3, and Bones will be taking over soon. Bones, we discussed it earlier. I had to do a review of your record because I felt like I had messed it up. So we told the people last time we did a Season 3 that you were 25-6. It's on me. You were not. You're 24-7. I wanted to give you Darwin Barney, I guess, but I couldn't give you Darwin Barney because you didn't know Return of the Mac was his walk-up song. Are you ready to go?
Yes, sir, I am.
For those who don't know, He Was a Blue Jay is your favorite game show where I take some niche Blue Jays, some guys you wouldn't think are Blue Jays, some prominent players that happen to be Blue Jays, and I give 5 hints on this player. Bones has 3 guesses to use, or about 30 seconds in between. I give him a little more leeway on the final one, and if he taps out or if he lodges 3 guesses after the 5th hint and they're unsuccessful, then he gets a loss. If he gets it in the 5 hints or sooner, he wins. The mark to meet is the Negro. He's got 3 different guys in just 2 hints, and we are going to get started right now. He Was a Blue Jay, second last penultimate one of Season 3, and it starts with a pitcher who debuted his 16-year career in 2001.
Okay. I think we've already had Chris Carpenter on this program.
We have. You got
it. Him. We've already had Jaime Garcia.
We have. You got him.
It wouldn't be Mark Burley. It wouldn't be R.A. Dickey.
It's not, and it's not.
It could have been a Blue Jay in like 2004. That's the thing. Like a one-off year kind of thing. And then he could have been Gonzo Ball. So 16-year career in 2001. That means he finished up in 2017.
That would be.
It's not Matt Latos. We did him.
All
right, I'll move on.
All right. Hint number 2. He began his career in Texas, where he spent the most years of any team he played for in his career.
Texas is tough. It's not Kevin Millwood. He debuted in 1997, as we learned last time.
I think we learned he's not a Blue Jay too.
Yeah. Played a while for Texas. I don't know. Who else played a while for Texas? Like, it's not Colby Lewis. It's not Tommy Hunter.
Nope.
They weren't Blue Jays. I don't know. Move on.
All right. For those who are listening, first hint, debuted his 16-year career in 2001. Second hint, he began his career in Texas, where he spent the most years of his career. Hint number 3, although he wouldn't make the playoffs with the Rangers, he was in them every year from 2010 to 2013, including 3 ALCSs.
2010 to 2013, 3 ALCSs. It's not CJ Wilson.
Incorrecto.
No.
He didn't make the playoffs with Texas, was part of that hint.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. So 2010 to 2013, he made the ALCS every year?
No, so 2010, that's technically 4 years of playoffs, 10, 12, 11,
Oh,
12,
okay.
13.
Gotcha.
But 3 of the 4 years, he made LCS.
Well, you wouldn't include 13 unless he made it in 13 with the Red Sox, or who else was in the freaking ALCS that year. I have no earthly idea. Gosh, who would the Red Sox play in 20? I was so tuned out that season. The Yankees were bad, and the Red Sox were doing their stupid beard thing, and I was pissed.
The World Series, though, was a big
I'm going to assume he was a Red Sox because I have to. It's the only thing I can go off. Unless he was like, what's 2010? Rangers. So he didn't make it with the Rangers. So it was somebody else in the ALCS that season. And then 2011 was the Rangers too. And then 2012 was the Tigers. It wasn't the Tigers. There's no way. Ricky Nolasco.
Incorrect.
Anibal Sanchez.
Incorrect. So you are guessing Tigers now.
Yeah, it's the only ones I can think of. Because I know the Red Sox staff that year was like Buchholz, Lackey was there, Beckett was there. I think Lester was still there. Did he leave?
Lester was still there. He was never a Blue Jay, I'll let you know, but he was still there.
All right, I'll move on.
Hint numero cuatro. In 2016, he had an 0.38 ERA with the Blue Jays in 25 appearances.
What? You dirty dog. He's a reliever. You're such a dirty dog.
Good pitcher on the percent. I never said starter.
Fuck. I hate you.
He's like I wouldn't pick he's a fairly prominent reliever. I wouldn't pick a guy who's like
Jose Valverde.
No.
Oh, I thought I had him. I thought I had it.
Jose Valverde, though. Spit in the water bottle at the whole. Awesome.
It's not Joe Nathan.
It's not. I'm not counting.
Definitely not. Definitely not Neftali Feliz, because he was like 2010 Rookie of the Year or something.
Love Neftali Feliz, but the Rangers did to him what they did to Alexia Gondo. Like 2 years apart, they tried to turn them from closers to starters, and it didn't work that well.
Alexia Gondo was an outfielder at first. People forget that.
On that
dang
Anthony.
it. Who was the freaking... I have to assume he was a closer. Like, you wouldn't pick a random reliever, would you? Like,
do you want hint
he
5?
probably was a random... Yeah, give me a hint 5.
He was the Tigers' setup man, sometimes closer in his best years.
Joel Zumaya.
Incorrect.
This guy came
But
from
Valverde
the
was pretty
Rangers.
close. If you can think about who was setting up for Valverde for a while, you probably got it.
I don't know.
I did like that you disregarded the Tigers. I was like, wow, I got him. And then have almost exclusively guessed Tigers since.
Well, he must have been a Red Sox, unless the Tigers played the Red Sox that season.
You want me to tell you? The Tigers
No,
made
I don't want you to tell me.
No, I'm not telling you the name, but you've already got the hints. You know he was a Tiger. The Tigers made the ALCS in 2011, 2012, and 2013.
Yeah, checks.
Speaking
So you
of,
did just throw in an extra freaking year because you're Ben Shulman. It's classic Shulman right there.
2010 was the first year he made.
Oh, unless you... Well, on the Rangers?
I said he didn't make it for the Rangers.
Well, then he would have. You said 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah, but so I told you he made the playoffs every year from 10 to 13. I'm confirming for you he was a Tiger from 11 to 13. I'm not saying he was a Tiger.
Yeah, but whatever. But you just said he
But
made the
didn't make
playoffs
ALCS
every year.
year. Every year from 10 to 13.
Oh. Gotcha.
And while you're thinking, I'm going to run through the hints for everyone again.
I
And
should
maybe
probably read an ad while I'm thinking, really.
No, I'll read it after this. This pitcher debuted in his 16-year career in 2001. He began his career in Texas, where he spent the most years of any team in his career. Although he wouldn't make the playoffs with the Rangers, he was in them every year from 2010 to 2013, making 3 ALCSs, which we've since learned were the 2011, 2012, and 2013 ALCSs. In 2016, he had an 0.38 ERA with the Blue Jays in 25 appearances, and he was the Tigers' setup man, sometimes closer in the best years of his career.
I'm thinking of him. I can't think of his name.
You're going to know him. I would be really sad.
I am. All right. I hate giving up on this one. All right. I give up. What is it?
Do you remember a man by the name of Joaquin Benoit?
No! Oh!
Bones, for all our audio listeners, nearly threw the headset. He yelled no, and he grabbed both ears, and then he came to a realization that he shouldn't throw the headset. But he's like Fred McGriff sad right now, which I don't think is warranted. But I am happy that you knew him very well. He's hunched over still. He's been, unless my internet is frozen, which it's not, he's double face palming. He's sad. He's real sad.
That sucks.
Because you know Joaquin.
Terrible. Of course I know. Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
Give me the tagline.
He was a Blue Jay.
He was a Blue Jay in 2016. I didn't remember this, to be completely honest. But he was.
Dude, when I said Joel Zumaya, like I was kind of thinking Joaquin Benoit, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Oh, that sucks.
So Joaquin Benoit is a miss. That drops you to 24-8. You still have a 750 win percentage. But Joaquin Benoit is a miss. And with that, I should tell you about somewhere where you're almost never going to miss, and that's getting jewelry from Blue Nile, the best place to get wedding jewelry and fine jewelry as well. Whether you're looking to pop the question or you're celebrating a milestone moment, find jewelry as unique as him or her with the modern convenience of online shopping at BlueNile.com. Make your moment sparkle with jewelry from BlueNile.com, and Locked On Sports listeners get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. This podcast exclusive includes an engagement. Use code LOCKEDON. That's code LOCKEDON. Plus, every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. Shop stress-free and find your forever piece. Go to BlueNile.com today. I kind of want to calculate your season 3 record, Bones, as we get into your second He Was a Blue Jay of game day. So give me 1 second here as I look and try and calculate this record for you. You're in the positive. I was wondering if you could go below 500 in season 3. You're pretty well in the positive. So
well, I was 4-4 in season 2, so that means I'm whatever and 4 in season 3.
No, you had at least one season 1 miss. Darwin Barney was a season 1 miss.
I'm just saying though. You're right. So I'm whatever in 3 in season 3.
I think you might have had 2 season 1 misses. I just calculated the records. You might have only had 1. So yeah, I think you're 4-3 now, as far as I'm aware, in season 3. So you're doing well. Good. Well, I mean, I will say season 3 and season 2 significantly more difficult than season 1.
That's true.
So I got to give you the credit there, because at the end of the day, I've upped the difficulty. I'm proud of myself for where your records are at, because I think I've made it kind of a coin flip. All right. Are you ready for your second He Was a Blue Jay?
Yeah, I got to get a win here, man.
I'm not going to explain this to people, because why would you have skipped to this point in the episode and not listened to the beginning? So He Was a Blue Jay begins once again as I pull up the guy's baseball reference page. And it starts with this position player debuted in 2009.
Okay, can work with that. I'll move on.
Okay. I like that you can work with it, but not right now. He was exclusively a National League player for the first 7 years of his career.
Colby Rasmus.
He was a Blue Jay.
I know.
I
What I
find
find
him
playing this game is that if I knew that they played for the Blue Jays, it's not it. That's what I find when I play this game.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point in a way.
Yeah, it's true. So I
want
can
to-
never think of it like who played for the Jays. I can never think of that.
Like of your previous
Um,
32, I'd like to think that like 28 of them or something, you had no idea were Blue Jays, and I educated you on that.
This man's an educator. Okay. So he's an outfielder who played a while in the National League starting in 2009. All right, I'll move on.
And we move on. Hit number 3. He's a World Series champion.
All right. So it could have been a Giant. He could have been a Cub. He could have been a National. Could have been a Dodger. Rajay Davis.
No, but good one. Love Rajay. One of my favorite Blue Jays ever.
I met Rajay recently. Very nice guy.
You met Rajay? That's a whole different episode we got on.
Very great guy. Not Austin Jackson.
I don't think Austin Jackson was a Blue Jay, but if he was, then that's good on you.
Won a World Series. I don't think he was a Giant, unless it's like Angel Pagan.
Not Angel Pagan.
Okay. I'm going to say
For my own curiosity, Austin Jackson, never Blue Jay.
I'm not guessing this. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't think it's Andres Torres. I'm just thinking of that outfield. I don't think it's Nate Shearholtz. I don't think it's Travis Ishikawa. I'm rolling the Giants out right now. They could be rolled in later. Ben could be celebrating right now, but I'm ruling them out for now. Let's move on to the Cubs. Gosh, who was in the Cubs outfield that season? It was like Soler. I literally don't even know who else. Like Albert Almora.
I do want to clarify that I never technically designated him as an outfielder. I just called him a position player.
Oh my God, why am I thinking outfielders? That's terrible from me. All right, we need to move on to the next hint then because I need to reset.
Okay.
That's terrible news.
I'll give you the previous 3 hints first. So he's a position player that debuted in 2009, exclusively a National League player for the first 7 years of his career, World Series champ, and he ended his career with the Blue Jays in 2017. Started in 2009, ended with the Blue Jays in 2017.
Short career.
Yeah, 9 seasons.
I wonder if he was ever good. So he could have been a Cub.
Context if he was good or not.
What'd you say?
Hint 5 will give context to whether he was good or not.
Okay. I'm just going to go through these teams now. It's not David Ross. It's not Rizzo. It's not Bryant. It's not Addison Russell or Javi Baez. It's not... All right, now we got to go to the Giants infield, I guess. Marco Scudero. Okay.
He was a Blue Jay.
Yeah, I knew that. Too easy. You don't mean catchers, right? That rules out catchers.
I'm ruling out catchers.
Okay. Now I'm assuming he's an infielder. He could still be an outfielder.
I'm worried I made these hints a little difficult, but it's okay.
I can take it. I got to think here. Is he a Giant? I'm assuming he's not a Yankee because he came up in 2009 as the National League. So I'm ruling that out.
I'll tell you he's not a Yankee. And it never was.
Pablo Sandoval never played for the Blue Jays. I hope.
No, but
Joe Panic.
No, he was a Blue Jay, but no. He does fit a lot of criteria.
I thought I had that. Oh my gosh. God, all right, I'm going to hint 5.
Okay. This utility player's first year was his best year by far. It's like super random, honestly.
Chris Coughlin.
Bingo! Chris Coughlin is correct.
2009 NL Rookie of the Year, Chris Coughlin. When was he a Blue Jay? Oh, he did the dive over Yachty.
He did the dive. So 2017, his final year. He only played 36 games with the Blue Jays, but he made that legendary play. But yes, he is one of the most random Rookie of the Years of the last while. So I did think I kind of set you up tough, but I did think by hint 5 you'd get it with the first year was the best year.
I'm glad I got that. That's really big going into our last thing.
Yeah. So
all right.
The Bones era wraps up at 25-7. Congrats.
Thanks, man. It might return. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. It's not over. Just
isn't it 25-8?
Yes.
All right. Well, if you want to bet on Ben in his next, he was a Blue Jay. Okay. In his next, he was a Blue Jay. BetOnline.net is your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. It doesn't have he was a Blue Jay, but maybe one day it might. Find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's NHL playoffs, even though it's over, and Major League Baseball. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sporting wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. And BetOnline.net remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports and events, including MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
It's time for a little over-under action here on Locked on Blue Jays. I'm going to give you some over-unders like we always do. These are second half of the season over-unders, and we'll discuss them. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited. So we're going to keep these so we can catch up at the end of the year, right?
Sure. First one. Do the Blue Jays as a team have over or under 200 home runs at the end of the season? They are currently at 112.
This is as
on
of
pace for 203.
I'm
This is
going
as
to
of
say
July 13th.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I think they will have over 200 home runs. I think they got off to a bit of a slow start. I think if Danny Jansen's healthy for the rest of the year, please, in between the time we've recorded it and it's been released, Danny Jansen's still healthy. I like them to hit over 200 home runs.
I'm also going to go over because if this team's going to make the playoffs, they're going to need a surge, man, and home runs are usually involved in that. So I'll take the over there as well. All right. Going to the man that surge is potentially on the shoulders of, does Vladimir Guerrero Jr. finish the season with over or under 36.5 home runs? He is currently at 19 as of recording.
Interesting question, Mr. Bones. He's not on pace to get it, I don't believe, as of July 13th. You know what? I'm going to say under, but like marginally. It hasn't been his best year. I still think he's going to have a good year. I think he lands in the low 30s because he's been really streaky with homers, and I don't know if I can rely upon him to hit a ton. So I'm going to say under.
A lot of times when I do this, I have one line that I write down, and then I impulse switch it when I say it. That's what I did right there. I had written down 34.5 home runs, which I think is a better line, but for some reason I said 36.
Line. I still think I go
34.
Okay, I still think I go under. I'm predicting, and this sounds crazy, but I'm predicting 33 home runs for Vladimir Guerrero this year. That was the number that immediately popped into my head.
I'm going to take the under as well, but I think it's like 34. So, all right. Is the team ERA over or under 4.0 at the end of the season? They're currently at 4.08. Good for 11th worst in baseball.
I'm going to say under because I think they add pitching and get better. And I'm betting on Barrios to have a better second half than first.
I agree 100%. I think it's under. They just have to be. I mean, and if the bullpen gets better, that's going to help too. So yeah, that's what I think. All right. 6.5 players with double-digit home runs by the end of the season.
6.5 players with double.
Currently, there are 5, I believe, and Teoscar Hernandez has 9.
So I'm betting on Teo and one more guy getting double digits.
Yeah, it's Jansen or Espinal or Lourdes or like Tapia or like Biggio. Do any of them get to 10?
I'm going over. I think Jansen probably gets there. He's only played 20 games, and he has 7 homers as of the time we're recording this. And even if he doesn't, I do think Cavan's a little bit of a threat, even though he hasn't hit a lot of homers this year. He has hit them pretty well in his career. So I'm going to go over because Teo's going to hit it, and I bet on Jansen. If he stays healthy, he's got like 70-something games to hit 3 homers. I'm going over.
I'm going to go over as well, just because I think if Jansen stays healthy, just like you, I think they end up getting it. All right, now the main question, the one that everybody wants to know the answer to, Ben. Do the Jays finish the season with over or under 90 wins? Currently on pace for 83.
I think over. And I know, on the pace we're at right now, on July 13th, it doesn't look great, but I think they're pretty streaky, and we're recording this at kind of a down for them. I do believe they're going to win somewhere in the neighborhood of 92, 93 games. I think they're a good enough team to do so, and I think they'll bounce back. We're starting the John Schneider era the day we're recording this, so who knows? Maybe it's a Rob Thompson type effect. Hopefully it's not a Phil Nevin type effect. Not that I'm blaming it on Nevin, but just what happened. I'm going to say over.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's very dependent on the juju under Schneider. So I'm going to – I don't know. This is hard. There's only the last time a team won the World Series switching their manager halfway through, I believe, was the 2003 Marlins. So
I think – oh, no, it wasn't the year – Cito Gaston took over. Not that I'm calling John Schneider Cito Gaston, but Cito Gaston took over, and they did make the playoffs the year he took over, I believe. But I don't think they didn't win the World Series the year that he took over. He took over in '89, and the Blue Jays made the playoffs. So, and they only won '89. You're taking the over too? Have we agreed on every single one?
I think so. My brain wants me to take the under, but my heart wants me to take the over. I'm going to follow my heart here.
I love
the over. All right. Well, that does it for Locked On Blue Jays today. Thanks for making it your first listen every day. Ben and I will be back tomorrow to preview the Red Sox series. So get excited for that and go make your second listen with host Lindsey Crosby of Locked On MLB Prospect. The guy is going deep on the MLB stars of tomorrow. He's a prospect encyclopedia. It's free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We will see you tomorrow. If you stayed this far, comment Thermo Flask.